Hi, I'm Cassiano. I work for Jigsaw 24 Media. I'm the technical pre-sales, and I'll be showing you guys today why do we need some external waveform monitors. So, with this situation we are in right now, we all need to deliver all different types of SDR for the same content, HDR in PQ, HLG maybe, you name it. So Telestream has got the Prism line of waveform monitors. We have here today the Prism MPS 300. It's more suitable for external applications like a truck or a VP volume. And on the back we have the MPP 300 that is more suitable for post-production facilities. They help you to get it done right every time, at the first time. All the Prism line share the same features, then both got resolutions up to 8K, 4 SDI inputs up to 12G, and 2 IP video ports, audio metering of up to 32 channels, Dolby Audio, measurement and error detection for most common HDR gamut curves and wide gamut color spaces, 444 chroma subsampling, and 10 and 12 bit depth. This little guy over here looks nice on a grading desk, and you can take it with you because it's very lightweight. It's got 3U rack units, it's half shelf, you've got your touchscreen that you don't need any mouses or external displays, and it's very easy to use on the field. And on the back you can fit like external battery. And on the back here, you have the MPP 300. It was conceived to be sitting on a post-production environment. It's very silent. You need to get very close to it to hear some fans rolling. And it's got other features that is very suitable for post-production as well. Like there's 4 12G SDIs on the back that they have the loop-through, so you can have your video signal out from your computer to the unit, and then it can feed your monitor. It got audio monitoring for up to 7.1.4 and display ports that give support for touchscreen displays. Prism can take advantage of WebRTC protocol, so you can access your unit everywhere in the world. You just need to type in your IP address, get to your password, and you can get access to your user interface from the Prism that you are accessing it. And once you're in, you can control your device from anywhere in the world, the same way you would do when you're in front of your unit. And let's say you're having any problem with your signal, and then you need some engineers to investigate it. You can record what is happening, and then you can show the problem that you're having. Once you stop recording, you're able to send it everywhere in the world. And if you need to talk to some other member teams, there's this very handy message tool. And that's how handy WebRTC is. And in fact, I'm using the WebRTC for this whole demo. So when you're in a color grading session, you don't want to spend too much time trying to find your setups, right? So if you have like different users in your facility, everyone can save their own setups and bring it very easily. So how do you do that? So once we get into our tiles over here, I can, let's say, just to demonstrate here, I'm gonna edit my down row over here where I can have my preferred applications. In this case, it's just for production. So those are the main production applications. And let's just get rid of all of them just to demonstrate how easy it is. Let's say I'm gonna have my waveform, my vector scope down here, as you can see it here. And maybe lightning or maybe not lightning. I'm gonna have my diamond, my CIE, some stop. Now let's keep my diamond, my lightning there, some cam, and a picture one. And once I save it, it's gonna stay here, right? Every time I need to bring some different applications, you just need to select the square where you want that application to be and maybe bring it on. And now that I got my user interface customized, I can change the way it looks, on the fly. Let's say if I need my waveform monitors to be bigger, it's just a click away. So then you can have 3 tiles on your user interface. And let's say I want my vector scope to be bigger, and then I can have both bigger in the display with just 2 tiles. If I get it back, all of them, if I want that to be just one, just double click or click the maximize button down here. If we go again on the maximize button, we get back to our customized screen. So now I'm going to be changing from SDR to HDR on my project. I'm also going to change my monitor to PQ here. We're gonna find our preset for my PQ over here, bring it on. And once we got our waveform scope over here, and then let's say we need to see what's down there on the lower end of our graphics, right? We can just go and double the size, and then we can see very closely to what is happening down here. Can get back. The same thing we can do on, that's a very known situation when you need tiles. Then you select your vector scope, and then we can get all the way down to the center of our vector scope, right? Twice the size, or maybe 5 times the size. It's very easy to spot any problems that we have here on the center of our vector scope. Now I've got my false color here set to some references that you can find from ITU publications for exposure in nits for HDR productions. So if I bring my luminance false color here, I can show you how I can have my red part over here that's out of our HDR targets, and I have set my skin tones in different colors, from light skin tones in green that you can see here, and my cyan is quite of my highlights in skin tones, my blues. My blue part over here is for my mid-tones, and my violet is for my dark skin tones. So if I go over here, it's very easy to find my right exposure. As you see, this is the way I've done here. So my light skin tones are inside, at least the brightest part of my skin tones are in green. If I move on to some dark skin tones, I can demonstrate over here, and I can have my dark skin tones well represented, and I can have my a good exposure for it. We can have some light meters as well. If we can, I'm gonna just get rid of my false color, just to have a better visualization of what I'm gonna do. And if we go into my light meters, I can bring some crosshairs, and then I can see what's going on that pixel level. I want to demonstrate how easy it is to use Split Diamond to check your color workflow and if everything is set up correctly, I'm going to just bring up my SDR project now. And when, let's say I forgot to have my data levels or my video levels correctly, I can just spot it right on there that our black levels are out of Rec. 709 gamut. So I just need to get back to my settings, put it on video level, then we can spot right away that everything is ready and good to go. Once I've got my user interface the way I like it to be, I can make use of 6 banks of presets, just to create another one here on the D bank and save it with my name. So once I have saved my presets, I can save it as a backup, or I can send it over to any device, just the same way I did it, because I started doing all my presets on the MPP 300 and I sent it over to the MPS 300. The Prism line was meant to be upgraded without the need to send the units to some technical assistance. So you can start very small with just some, let's say, SDR tools, and then when you get to more complex projects like HDR or some special needs, you can just acquire new licenses, and then you can do it just in the house, just by using the WebRTC protocol. The stop display is an optional application from Prism that can help the colorist to communicate with the DOP in a more photographic way. As you can demonstrate it here, we can see the contrast ratio measured in stops. The CIA display is another optional application where you can use to spot out-of-gamut colors in Rec. 709, P3 and Rec. 2020 color spaces. It doesn't matter if you work on broadcast, post-production or virtual production, the Prism line has got the right solution for your color pipeline. If you're interested to know more about this product, just give us a call.